Hello. Hello, everybody. Hello, good day, good day, good day, good day. Good day, everybody. Good day, parents. Good day, mommies. Good day, daddies. Good days, uncle, aunties. Good day, guidance. Good day to everyone that is watching me right now. Good day to every one of you. I want to say thank you for joining again today and welcome. Welcome to Family Life Paths Parenting Webinar. It's going to be an amazing time today again. And as usual, something interesting on the table to talk about today. All right. Yes, to all of those that messaged last week, followed up, asked more questions about last week's topic, book and counseling section, and I want to say a very big thank you to every one of you. Thank you for following, and to all those that shared. Oh God, you are the main RVP. You are the main deal. Thank you so much for your support. Thank you so much for always joining. Thank you so much for always sharing this webinar. God bless you. God bless you absolutely. God bless you. You might think you are just doing it or sharing it because you know me, but trust me, you are sharing it because someone needs to hear this and someone needs to be blessed through this. Okay, so let's get deep into today's topic. Today's topic is a requested topic by one of our parents. During the course of last week's webinar, someone messaged me and requested that I talk about this particular topic, and that is why we're bringing it up today. And the topic is how teenagers hurt themselves and how you as parents can help them. So what are the things that teenagers involve themselves with that can hurt them, that can cause them harm, and you parents need to know and you need to help them with. You see, sometimes what you don't know, you don't know. What you know, you know. But when you are able to know, you know how to help them through and how to help them correct it. See, it is no longer news that teenagers will always be teenagers and they will always get themselves into one mess or the other. It is part of their youthful or teenagehood exuberance. But the ability to be there as parents, to hold them when they fall or to pick them up when they fall, is the main thing that helps them overcome and scale up and walk through this teenagehood journey. So we parents have a lot of work to do in helping them. I've made this analysis before and I'll quickly make it now before we continue. I said that during when you give birth to a child, the baby stage, that is 0 to 3, you have the full access to feed the child, control and monitor everything the child eats. You are the determinant factor of everything that goes on in the life of that child, to the cloth he wants to wear, the cloth she wants to wear, to the kind of food she wants to eat. You determine it. He or she does not have any say. By the time they are 4 to 6, you begin to see some signs of, mommy, I don't want this, I want this. Mommy, I don't want this, I want this. Yes, you still have a little bit of acceptance and you still have a little bit of liberty to decide for them. Yes, you make a decision, but at this point, 4 to 6, you begin to see, especially in this Gen Z era, you begin to see them bring up a sign of, I don't want. I want. Mommy, this is this. Mommy, this is that. And they begin to demand. You will see yourself, or you find yourself asking them, what do you want? What do you this? Because what you thought he wanted yesterday, he rejected it because he did not just want it again. Or you just noticed that he suddenly stopped eating a particular food or he suddenly stop wearing a particular cloth and all of that. So they are begin to grow into decisive stage. Now from 7, 8 to 12, that's a preteen age. They have the sense of maturity, sense of independency, sense of discipline, and they begin to, in fact, they tell you straightly, they begin to even keep their privacy. So you lose a little bit of the independence you have on them, a little bit of power that you have on them, a little bit of decision making that you can make for them. Yes, as parents you can still make decisions, but not as when they were still babies. But when they enter into teenagehood fully, you will hear things like, "Mommy, please, can you please knock before you come into my room?" And you begin to see them, trying to hide some things from you, making decisions themselves and telling you, "Mommy, don't go out with me. Must we walk on the road together? Must you hold my hand? I don't want my friend to know that I don't this, I don't that." It's not because they don't like you. They still like you as parents. They still understand. But they are giving you a signal that they are grown, they are independent, they want to be alone. So at that stage, they will find themselves in different mess, in different troubles, different distractions, different ups and downs, because the independency they thought they have, they don't know how to swim in that ocean yet. So they will make mistakes, they will have trials and error, coupled with the fact that there are so many things around them that will help in aiding all these decisions that they make. Like I always say, that friends, TV, environment, even you as parents, family members and all of that aid the decisions they make. So definitely there will be trials and error, and they will find themselves in deep mess, deep shit sometimes. So they need you to pick them up, they need you to correct them, they need you to help them regain their consciousness fast, they need you to correct them in love. They also need you, they need to be scolded too. Don't get me wrong, I'm not saying that once they enter into teenagehood you should not scold. This is Africa, please still scold them. They need to be scolded when necessary, but most importantly, correct them with love. All right, having established that, let's go into the list of the things that teenagers might off themselves with. And I also need to emphasize is that every parent should know what your teenager do to themselves that often lead them into trouble life. When you know this thing, it will help you to know how to navigate when they find themselves in those trouble. This will help every parent to prevent such occurrence and know what to do when the teenagers find themselves in such trouble. Some of those things are: number one, low self-esteem. Low self-esteem in sense of thinking too less of themselves. I'm talking about the teenagers. Thinking too less of themselves, having feelings of inadequate and worthlessness is a major problem for teenagers. A very, very, very major problem, which they really, really need help in solving. Now, what are the things that triggers or cause this low self-esteem? Unconsciously, we parents are the number one cause of it. As I said, unconsciously. Not that we genuinely want to cause it, or not that we genuinely want to make that happen, but because we ourselves don't know how to manage it, we notice that all of a sudden they begin to withdraw, because one time or the other you had said some things to them that made them lost their self-worth or their self-value. Example, things like, you don't even know how to do anything in your life. You just be doing rubbish, Are you the only son? You are so useless. You are so this. Yes, I get it. As I said, it can be annoying sometimes. They can be provoking when they provoke us to anger. So as parents, if we don't control ourselves, we might say some things. But I need you to know that some of the things that you say to them at that particular time, don't forget that I said that in this teenage age, their brain is developing. So there are some certain things that their brain cannot take. Their brain misinterprets it. So there are some words that you say to them emotionally, they are not ready for it. And when he eats them, they misinterpret it and they take it overboard, even not as up to what you meant. So, as parents, we need to know that one of the things that affect our teenagers and hurt them is thinking too less of themselves, having feelings of inadequate and worthlessness is a major problem of teenagers. Many of them end up doing many negative things because of low self-esteem and lack of self-belief. So what do you do as parents? One of the things that you can do as parents is you should help your child to build better self-esteem. This you can do through encouragement. And when you are able to do this often, it helps them to regain their self-esteem, their self-worth back. But if you don't do this and every time you are always nagging them to, bringing them to times that always bringing up their mistake every time, the only thing you could tell them is their mistake, not bringing out their praises, sometimes goes a long way to kill their self-esteem. But you can help them by appreciating them, singing their praises, motivating them, and most importantly, encouraging them. Number 2 is love hunts. One of the things that hurts teenagers and they entangle themselves into that hurts them is love hunting. An average teenager does not know that it is more dignifying to wait for love. They hunt for it and they get their fingers burnt in the process. You know that there are so many things that influence the thought of love right now. Let me see. The movie we watch, African Magic. Not even only African Magic. All this Korea movie, an India movie, Z Word. I have some teenagers that can tell me back to back all the series of Z Word, all the series of the Korean movie, and they will be saying among themselves, did you watch this, did you watch that, oh did you see, that is love, love is this, love is that. And that gives them the misinterpretation of what love is, And also we parents too, sometimes we are not defining true love the way love should be. When they come from a home where love does not exist between the father and the mother, trust me, when they see something else outside that looks a little bit sweet, they quickly interpret it to love because they are not used to that system. So when they see lies, they find it difficult to differentiate the lies from the truth. One of the examples is a child that comes from a home where the father and the mother, they don't care, they don't talk, they fight regularly. Nobody to tell her, oh, you are looking beautiful today. Nobody to say the word of, I love you, daddy loves you. Always remember that mommy loves you, this, and those kind of words of affirmation, helping them and telling them that you are part of their life, you love them, and you are concerned about them. When they hear it once outside and a guy tells them, oh baby, you are the sugar in my tea, you are the butter in my bread, because of you I cannot sleep, I will cross the ocean for you, I will cross the river for you. It gets into their head fast. And because of that, you hear things like, oh, I am falling for him, I can't sleep, I can't this, I can't that, I just love the guy. And many times it is not love, it is lust, it is infatuation. But they can't differentiate between what love and infatuation is. So as I said now, I bring out like 2-3 points. I said movies that they watch has misinterpreted what love really is. Parents has misinterpreted what love truly is to the children. So when you see them exhibit the habit of, oh, I love this guy, oh, I love this girl, I just love them too much, which makes them end up doing things that they are not supposed to do, committing some atrocities of sexual immoral acts in the name of love. I will get there very soon. So what should you do as parents? Teach your child about love. Please, ma, please, sir, teach him or her. And I'm not talking about only girls now. Teach both boys and girls the difference between authentic love and romantic love. Let them know what the difference is. Also, use that opportunity to introduce to them the love of Christ that supersedes every other love. Explain to them what agape love is, so they will not mix everything up in the name of, oh, I have fallen in love. Let him or her know that there is nothing like love at first sight. You know this word, He used to laugh me. He used to make me laugh whenever I hear it. You know, the first day I set my eyes on her, I just fell in love. Hello. There's nothing like love at first sight. You grow in love. Let them know that you grow in love. You don't just love somebody the first day you set your eyes on the person. No, it's not a magic. It doesn't just work like that. Let them know that there's nothing like love at first sight, and that infatuation can lead teenagers into trouble, as it will be misconstructed to be true love. So please, let's emphasize this. Let's educate them about what love truly is. And also, we can educate them not just by us saying it, by us as parents acting it. Let them see love amongst you as couples. Let them see you show them love. When you do, trust me, it will be difficult for a guy or for a girl to just cajole or camouflage or just deceive them with a so-called love, which might be infatuation. So when they know the difference, when they experience it themselves, trust me, it will help them in decision making, and it will help them not to get hurt when they are out there. All right, number 3, mismanagement of sex. Most teenagers have the urge to have sex as they enter into adolescence. If you have watched one of my videos, I've said several times that part of the growing stage and transition stage into puberty, one of the symptoms and one of the things that will occur is sexual sensitivity. It is normal. It is not abnormal. At that time, their sexual sensitivity begin to grow with them as their body begin to transit and grow. As the breasts begin to shoot out, as hair begin to grow out, as all of the puberty signs and symptoms begin to come out, sexual sensitivity also comes out. That is why a girl can tell you that, oh, whenever I see this guy, I feel goosebumps. It's like something shocking me from my head to my toe. That is one good example of sexual sensitivity. It is normal in any teenagers. As a matter of fact, if your teenager tells you he doesn't have it, then you should take the teenager for a deliverance and examine that teenager. Something is wrong. So it is absolutely normal for them to feel sexual sensitivity in their teenage, as soon as they are entering into adolescence. They begin to mismanage sex. giving their time for it and having it in wrong places with wrong people at wrong time and getting their fingers burnt in the process, just because they don't know the difference between it is normal. They allow their sense of reasoning of what they feel to override their judgment. The fact that they are feeling the sexual sensitivity does not mean they should open themselves up to the devourer that can steal from them, that can cut their life short, or that can cause damage and hurt into them. You know, this is where something really happened. Breakfast. I said earlier about love. I said earlier about love. You know, because they don't understand the difference between love and, they chop breakfast well. That's one of their language. They enter into the relationship in the name of, oh, he loves me, he loves me. And at the end of the day, once the guy or once the girl is sexually satisfied, they serve themselves breakfast. And that leads to depression, sickness, lack of concentration in school, and so many other things in teenagers. So, let me quickly chip in this story. Make sure that they are not hearing me. I hope they are not on this live video. They are not hearing me. Okay, so I went to visit one of our teenagers in the hospital. And when we got there, I saw everybody pampering her. Oh yeah, hits now. Oh yeah, this now. Oh yeah, that now. And they were pampering. She was just crying. She was just crying. She was just crying. What exactly is the matter? And she was feeling cold and hot at the same time and all of that. So I went to the doctor and I asked. The doctor said, am I the mother? I said, I'm more than a mother to her. So you want to talk to me. So they called the mother in, and myself and the mother, and I begin to question the doctor. I said, what is the result saying? The doctor said, funny enough, the result is not saying she has malaria, even if there is malaria, just minute, not as what they are experiencing, but he feels that she's going through an emotional, traumatic experience and all of that. So I told the doctor, say no more. So I sent everybody out of the ward, the room, the hospital room, and it was just me and her. So I took the food everybody was begging her to eat, and I began to pamper her, and I began to feed her. And I started a story, a touching one, that has to do with emotional trauma and all of that. And it was like, oh, Mama, how do you know? Oh God, how do you know? And she began to open up. By the time she opened up, we find out that she chopped breakfast. You know, a breakfast that you cannot tell your mommy, you cannot tell your daddy, you cannot tell anybody, you cannot, and you have invested. You have invested. The guy had taken the virginity. The guy, not once, not twice had they have sex. The guy did blood covenant with her. The guy did, and the guy now left her for her best friend. That is to tell you the rate of things that are happening between these people. And that breakup caused her to land in the hospital, making the parents run helter-skelter and spending money, and she cannot say it out, she cannot this, she cannot that. Now, my reason for sharing this story is for you parents to know that a lot of things goes on, and if you think that, oh, they are just young people when they chop breakfast, it can lead to. I've seen teenagers that chop breakfast and lead to depression. I've even seen some that almost commit suicide. Yes, we have one that already committed suicide just because of breakfast. And at the end of the day, we found out that they misinterpreted this thing called love. So, more reason why you as parents need to take your time to invest in teaching them about love, about dating. Now, when I say teach them about it, I'm not saying you should use those old version and old pattern that our mommy used to use them. Whoa, if any boy touch you, whoa, you are pregnant. Then, gone are those days. when you use such tone and such language to communicate with our teenagers, they have gone beyond that. They now know too much. They know that if guys touch them, they can't get pregnant. They know what to do to get pregnant. So you can't teach them that way. You have to really educate them to let them know what love really is. And also to let them know that sex is not love. Love is not sex. Have you ever heard of a scenario where a teen boy will tell a teen girl that if you truly love me, show me? And the girl is asking, how do I show you? If you want to show me, you show me by having sex with me. Or a guy come up with the habit of, oh, my stomach, my this, I'm sick, I'm that, is because I did not have sex, and this and this and that, and because she feels that she loves him so much and she can do anything for him, she gave herself. And it's not even only girls, though. Same is applicable to guys. So you see the reason why we need to go deep as parents to emphasize what love really is, what love is not. Love does not lie. Love does not take from you. Love waits. Love waits till marriage. Love does not tell you to have sex. So we need to be educated as parents to know what love is and teach them. Okay, what do I do? Okay, I promise that next week I will teach about love. So I will teach us, the webinar next week will be teaching your children or teaching your teenagers about what love is and what love is not. Okay, teaching your teenagers about what love is and what love is not. That is what we are going to be treating next week. So you don't want to miss it next week. So it is very important. They have misinterpreted love, sex, and all of that. And you as parents, you need to come to their aid, to open the eyes of their understanding, to let them know, not just teaching them, also open their eyes to the consequence. So that when they are making the decision, they are aware of the consequence they are about to enter into. The fact that you teach them does not mean that they will still not walk into it, because there are so many influence that gathers all around that will keep pushing them against what you have told them and against what the scriptures have told them. But trust me, the fact that they are aware, you have educated them, they have the knowledge. By the time they are going through it or they are about to enter into it, their conscience, their knowledge, their sense of reasoning and all of that will bring it to their reminder. And when they eventually find themselves in it and burn their finger, they will be able to adjust back quick and also correct their mistakes. Alright, so what do you do as parents? Give adequate sex education to your child. Let him or her know these followings. Let me quickly list it. Number 1, the right time to have sex is in marriage, not in friendship, not in dating, not in courtship. Let your child know that the right time to have sex is in marriage, not in friendship, not in courtship, not in dating, not even during crushing. So you need to emphasize that. Another way to educate them on this is the right person to have sex is with your husband or your wife, not your boyfriend, not your girlfriend, not your fiance, not your fiancé, not your friends with benefits. Parents, do you know that there's something that they call friends with benefits? Oh, some parents don't know. Let me bust your bubble. Friends with benefits is that particular friends where both of you did not promise yourself relationship, but you'll be servicing yourself sexually and be deriving pleasure in yourself sexually. I satisfy you sexually, you satisfy me sexually, but we are not attached emotionally, or there's nothing like relationship. We are just friends, and it's only sex that connects us, but no strings attached. That is what is called friends with benefits. So when you hear your teenager say beside you, just friends with benefits, let it ring alarm in your head. Let it ring alarm in your head and know that it's beyond what you just think you had. All right, so a parent came to tell me, I'm explaining this because a parent was sharing with me that, oh, my daughter with her friend, they came to the house and all of that, and you know, the guy is, the friend is a guy. Oh, what do you think, mama? And he said, so I started asking her question. So one of the things she said is, I said, when you asked her how the friend is to her, what did she say? She said one of the things that she told her some time ago is that, we are just friends, so just friends with benefit. I said, friends with benefit. Okay, let me give you an assignment. This is what you should do. This is what you should do. This is what you should do. Watch her closely, monitor. No, once you see these signs, come and tell me. Let me know. And lo and behold, what she has asked this, she has said that from like 6 months ago, and she was just telling me like 6 months after she has had it. And it was during our conversation she brought it up, and she just remembered, she said just friends with benefit, and she just said it casually. But by the time I told her to do the things I asked her to do, and she brought back results, I said, okay, this is the meaning of friends with benefit. And at the end of the day, we got to find out that it was not just the casual way the mother thought it was, right under her nose in the house, and they are just friends with benefit. So parents, note that. Please note, tell them, let them know, teach them that the right person to have sex with is your husband and your wife. When God created sex, he created it for the purpose of recreation, and he created it for man and woman. He did not create for boys and girls. Educate them that when God created humans, he did not create boys and girls. He created man and woman. That was what the Bible stated. Man and woman. He did not create boys and girls. If God wanted sex between boys and girls, maybe he would have created boys and girls. But he wanted sex between couples. He wanted sex between man and woman. He created it between man and woman. So emphasize that. One of the things also that you need to emphasize to them about sex education is the right place to have sex is on your matrimonial bed, is in your matrimonial home, not in the party, not in a friend's house, in a park, not in a car park, not inside the car, not in the boy's house when the mommy travels, or not in the girl's house when the parents are not around. So giving your children or your teenagers adequate sex education will save him or her from sexual transmitted disease, from unwanted pregnancy, and so many more. So it is important as parents that we need to take it as a duty. It will save them from hurried marriage, early unnecessary marriage. It will save them from loss of virginity. It will save them from shame and judgment of God. All right, number 4, I hope I will finish this today. Number 4 is pride. Lot of the teenagers are proud. This is one of the problems associated with adolescents. Teenagers are known to be full of themselves. Many will not listen to the wise counsel due to pride. I said it the other time. I said once they get into teenagehood, there's this sense of independence, there's this sense of I can do things myself, I don't need help, I don't this, I don't need that. But whereas they still need your help, they still cannot do many things themselves. So, but their pride would not allow them. And I also need to emphasize this thing called pride, sometimes they tap it, they inherit it, they take it from us parents. So aside that is a natural thing during the adolescent transition and growing age, they also inherit, they also cultivate that habit from we parents. So that is why we parents need to be sensitive and be careful and watch our behaviors, our attitude, and let pride not overwhelm us so that our children would not take from that attitude. So what do you do as parents in fighting this pride? Let your child grow up into humility and meekness by modeling and teaching them about it. Listen to what I said again. by modeling. You yourself first model humility. Once you are able to model humility, trust me, they will take after you. And teaching them about pride. The hazard pride can cost them and all of the likes. Number 5, disobedience. A lot of teenagers are disobedient and behave rascally. They stand against their parents, their teachers, and above all, against the law of the land. Against the law of the land, against the law of the Lord. I've told you, you will see more from teenagers. You will. I'm saying this so that you will not get yourself worked up. You will not get yourself worked up. When you begin to see them exhibit those habits and all of that, you are already aware that, okay, they've said that we are going to be saying these kind of things. Okay, welcome. Then you are already prepared to know how to tackle it. So what do you do when you notice the disobedience in them before you start hurting them? Teach to your children about obedience to God first. To God first. And also obedience to authority. Prison are specially built for those who hate to obey the law of the land. You need to let them know the consequence of disobedience, the hazard it can cause them, and how they can help themselves not to disobey. Okay. Number 6, impatience. Those people are special breed. Jesus Christ. They are really very special breeds. They can be very impatient. They can be very impatient. Alright, so teens are known with exuberance and impatience. It is one of the things that hurts their lives negatively. What should you do as parents? Teach your children the value of patience and calmness. Don't forget, first of all, model it. When you model it, they pick after you. Number 7, substance abuse. Substance abuse, wrong use of drugs, and drugs abuse is a major reason why many teenagers are falling into the trap of enemy by going into crimes and hurting themselves seriously badly. And it has landed a whole lot of people psychiatric home. It has landed them to stop school. It has caused them addiction. It has cut the life of so many short. It has. So how can you help them as parents? How can you help them? Because they really do need your help in this area. So teach your children about the dangers of drugs and alcohol and monitor them to make sure they stay clear of danger zone. The truth of the matter is, if you don't tell them, something else will tell them otherwise. So this is the deal. Either you educate them about drugs, about the hazard, about what it can cost them, and you open them up to it and you let them know these are the kind of drugs that are available, this is what they do, this is what is used to make it. When you take this one, this is what it can do to you. When you take this one, this is what it can do to you. This is this is that, and you explain to them. Trust me, there is another channel that will do another explanation differently, which is the channel of friends, channel of social media, channel of internet, and the likes. So all of this against you, against what you have told them. So, and when these other channels are telling them, they are telling them otherwise. They cannot tell them the truth. This other channel is telling them, don't worry, when you use it, you get eye. It makes you read well. It makes you think well. It gives you vibes. It gives you motivation. Yes. It gives you motivation. A very brilliant boy. Recently, I went on the therapy section with him at the psychiatric home some weeks back, and then when I got there, I found out that this particular boy is a very brilliant boy, one of the distinction students. And all of a sudden, yes, at this breakfast thing that we discussed earlier, and when it happened, it hit him badly and he fell into depression. And all of a sudden he lost his gig, his vibes of, writing, because he was a good writer. He lost the vibe, and he had writer's block, but it was beyond just writer's block. He was just blank. He couldn't write anything because of the depression he was going through. So his friends advised him and said, okay, for you to come out of this, I have something I can give you, because he needed to write for a particular competition that was going on, and that competition will give him access to gain scholarship into studying abroad. Okay, he wanted to really make it, and but he needed his vibes back. So a friend introduced him to just the tablets where he would throw into a Nescafe and a coffee and all of that, and will get him high, and he will get motivated and all of that. And voila, he got addicted and he couldn't stop. Already caffeine is addictive, plus even the tablets and whatever it is that he's always using with it now got him addictive. So I asked him at a point, firstly, when you started using it, did your writer's block get resolved? Were you able to write? He said yes. He started writing. Yes, though not as he used to, but at least he started writing. At the point, the more he uses it, he begins to write more. He begins to write more, to the extent that people pay him to write for their songs. People pay him to write for their dramas and all of that. And he begins to make money. The more he's doing it, he is now dependent on that thing. And now, in the space of 3 to 4 months, because of the addictive thing, he had found himself in the psychiatric home. So that is the reason why I said you need to do a proper explanation, telling them that at first all those people that will be influencing you, they may tell you, but there's a limited time to eat, and in no time it will do a lot of damage than the good you think it will do to you. So a parent approached me when I said this, that opening them up to the kind of drugs, is it not just exposing them and letting them know what it is it not you pushing them into fire? And I said, okay, if you decide to keep it away from them and you don't tell them, trust me, what will open them up to it and tell them, we tell them, because they will eventually know. And this thing that you think you are hiding from them, they know. All their friends know, so they will eventually know. So choose one. Either they know from you and they know they get the right information, or they know from the other parties that I've mentioned earlier and they get the wrong information. Which one do you think is better? So that is why I always encourage that we as parents get to know these things, get to learn about it, and teach them. And for parents that cannot teach and all of that, this is not an encouragement, but it's an advice. That is why we have a teen camp, a teen mentorship program. These are the things that we orientate them about, we teach them about, we open their eyes to, we let them know. So all of these things that I'm mentioning are things that we discuss with them. We make our voice louder than the voice of the negativity, than the voice of the bad influence. So 2 options. Either you as parents rise up to the responsibility of sharing it, of learning about it, or letting them know, or you put them in a safe hand mentorship program, teens mentorship program in a community that you have assessed, that you have investigated, and you are sure that is good, or you place them under a teen mentor that you have investigated and find out that yes, this person is satisfied, knowledgeable, and is really qualified to train and to help our children go through this. Choose either options, or even use the both option in order to help and save your children from getting hurt. Okay, so number 8 is love of money and greed. Love of money has led many youth and teenagers into crime and vices. Some end up becoming armed robbers, some becoming prostitute, drugs peddler, and all of that. I need you to know that we are in a generation where money speaks, and there's money everywhere. Everybody is spending money, both young and old, especially the Yahoo guys. Yeah, teenagers like them already making money. They are designers outside. There's raining things, trending things every time that their friends and all of that are wearing and using. There's necklace, there's everything, mention it, that is trending. And all of this does not come cheap. They need money to buy it. So when you were growing up, you have the mindset of going to school. It is when you start working before you start making money. But then in this generation now, they already have the mentality of even while you are in school, you should start making money, because they need to buy things, and they know that their parents will not give them the money to buy those things. So they need to make money. They need to make money. So the love of the money sometimes, or not even sometimes, many times, override their sense of judgment and make them take some decisions they are not supposed to make. So what should you do as parents in order to help them through this phase and through this stage of their life? Teach your children the right way to make money. Oh, as teenagers, is it good to make money? Why not? Yes, you can. That is why in our camp we teach them entrepreneurship skill, we teach them about tech, we teach them about handcrafts, we teach them about digital skills that they can do without going into Yahoo. We teach them about graphics designing, how to publish books, how to do so many creative things without going into Yahoo, without going into negative things. So there are ways that you can infuse the knowledge of making money as teenagers, and that would not distract their academics. Yes, it is possible. Teach them never to make money through bloodshed. Many of our teenagers, a majority of the teenagers that have found themselves in this place, in this Yahoo thing and all this bad digital skill thing, they are, at the end of the day, when the thing is not working, they have already resorted to Yahoo Plus. So Yahoo Plus, somebody is asking me, what is Yahoo Plus? Yahoo Plus is when they have gone diabolic to use all sorts in order to make money. So teach them never to make money through bloodshed, never to make money at the expense of people's tears, or never to fail to pay for the sweat of others. And you can teach them this by you, parents, being an example first. If your teenager sees you that you owe someone money and you did not pay, you are passing a wrong signal to the teenagers. If a teenager sees that someone did a job for you and you refuse to pay, you are passing a wrong information to that teenager. So be careful as parents. Make sure they pay anyone's sweat, anyone that have worked for them. Let them know that money is not everything. Money is not everything. And teach them how to make money positively without distraction. All right, number 9, curiosity. Some teenagers are so curious about love, about sex, about marriage. They want to know how it feels to have sex. They begin to rush into to have it and destroy so many good things in the process. So please, what can you do as parents? Teach your children to know that there is time for everything, and everything has a special season. Let them know that if an egg hatches before its time, it will never become a chick. It will never become a chick. So that egg needs to wait for its time for it to become a chick. Teach them that curiosity kills the cat. They should not allow it to kill them. They should not allow it to kill them. So, before I jumped onto this webinar, I was watching a video online this afternoon of a girl, a teenage girl of 15 years old called Destiny. And the boss went to rescue her on a Mayday at a lodge. So this particular girl went with a boyfriend to the lounge, to the bar, and then they were ordering. So this particular boyfriend stepped out to meet another friend to collect something from him. Before the guy left, this boyfriend had ordered for a drink which is worth 400k. Now the guy said, if you don't like this one, order for anything, I am coming. And already they had ordered for food too. So this guy left. But this girl did not stay on the 400k drinks. She ordered for a Vulu, Abivala. They called it a name, I will remember. They called that drink a name. And by the time he ordered for the drink, he said on the menu that she saw 1,003. Not knowing that that particular drink is 1.3 million. At the end of the day, this boyfriend said even him, he cannot order that kind of drink, and he did not have that money to pay for that kind of drink. So the girl should call all her family members. They should come over and pay for this drink that he cannot pay for the drink. And when the family member came, the boy explained and narrated the situation, and he said he cannot pay. And the boy had the guts to say that I've not even done anything with her. We are just in talking stage. How would I pay this kind of money for what? That I've not gained anything back in return. And when they asked this girl questions, how did you get here? What did you do? Is this not the same guy we said don't follow again, don't go out with, don't this, don't that? And he told the mother separate thing, that he was going to meet her boss at the shop. So at the end of the day, what I was able to depict from that video was that I see a girl who is curious, who had never been to the bar before but want to know what they do there. I see a girl who is curious about the drink. He has always been hearing the name of the drink but does not know. I want to know what this is, and decide to, check it out. But burnt her hand, 1.3 million drink. I saw a girl who is so curious about boyfriend, girlfriend. What is this thing about? Let me go deep and get more information. In all of the things I saw in the video, I saw a curiosity play a big role in the life of that girl. So please, you see why it is important as parents that you educate, you open them up to some things, because if you don't, they will eventually know. They will go and find out that curiosity. What are they doing there? What is it? Why did they say I should not do that thing? Gone are those days where you tell a child, don't go to a guy's house, don't this, don't that. Please, when you tell them that, give them the reasons behind it. And that is why you see a small child or even a teenager or preteen, and you tell them, don't do this. They ask you why. It's because of their curiosity. Their curiosity sensitivity is on the high level. So we need to help them and give detailed answer, not just a peripheral answer, so that it will help them to learn and to know what's up. All right. Number 10, I really quickly want to round up. Lack of future thinking, no future ambition. Teenagers are generally present thinkers. They don't think about the future. They think about what is going to happen now. It is the now that I'm concerned about. Whether somebody else eats tomorrow or somebody else don't eat tomorrow, whether something happens, they don't care. All they know is now. It's just now. Who hardly think of the future? Like Esau in the Bible, they want pleasure and gratification in now, without thinking about what their future holds, what tomorrow will bring, what it holds, or what tomorrow will tell them. If they think of the repercussion of what they are doing, many of them would have done better. This particular girl, I just narrated the story. I know that if she had thought of the repercussion, trust me, she wouldn't have ventured into the adventure of going to that lodge or even ordering. But because she's not a future thinker, she just wanted to Now, the moment, let me enjoy the moment. So she sprouted into that action of the moment and got lost and got burnt in it. So what do we do to them as parents? Teach your children how to think and plan their lives for tomorrow. Ask them questions like, in 2 years, in 5 years, in 3 years, what do you want to achieve? What's your vision? What's your ambition? What do you want to become? Okay, by the time you start this, what is your purpose of starting this? What do you want to gain? What do you want to do? Don't just throw things at them that you must do this, you must do this, but let's discuss it, let's narrate it, see what they want to bring out of it and help them. So finally, wrong association. This is the ultimate challenge. And this is the ultimate way teenagers hurt themselves. One major thing that affects teenagers maybe more than any other thing in the company is the company they keep. Many of them are fond of choosing wrong friends who corrupt their manners, and sometimes wrong friends choose them. Yes, it is not all the time that they choose wrong friends, but so many times wrong friends choose them. So we need to pray for them, to let them know where they are, where they have found themselves, and that bad friends will not choose them, and they too will not be a bad influence to other people. Educate your children on the danger of bad company. Teach them how to identify bad friends, and also teach them how to be a good friend themselves. And today we come to the wrap of today's webinar. I hope you have been able to gain something. I hope you are blessed. Please, all those things that we have talked about today, don't just eat with it. Like go through this video again and again, watch it again and again, jot down the things that you've learned, share it with other people, teach other people if necessary. When you teach other people, you are able to remember it. And if you have any question, please feel free to reach out to me. Either send me a WhatsApp message, or send me a DM, or send me a messenger message and ask your questions. And if you need one-on-one section with your teenager, with you yourself as parents, please don't hesitate to reach out. I want to leave you with this word that I always say: you are only trying as parents. God is the ultimate factor and one that can help you in the journey of parenting. You are a caretaker, you need God's help. And that is why today I'm leaving you into the hands of God to help you, that the Lord will help you all as parents, help us all as parents to navigate this journey of parenting. We will not fail. We will not fail God. We will not fail ourselves. And our children will not be wayward. They will not choose bad friends. Bad friends will not choose them. They will become champions for God. They will become a chosen generation indeed, a royal priesthood indeed, and they will become a holy nation indeed, in the name of Jesus. The Lord will purify them, will sanctify them, and will keep them for His use. They will not encounter evil, and they will not be victim of circumstance, in the name of Jesus. And we parents, everything that we need to train them, the wisdom, the knowledge, the understanding, the finance, everything we need to train them, the Lord will bless us with it. The Lord will give unto us in abundance, in the name of Jesus. And if you are here, you don't know Jesus, you have not given your life to Christ, it is important that you give your life to Christ, because this journey, you can't walk it all alone. For your child to be successful, for your child to be great, for your child to become the better version of what you want him to become, you need Jesus. You need Jesus. You need Jesus to hold your hands throughout this journey, to help you walk the walk of excellency in parenting. So please, if you are here and you want to join me, or you want to say this word of prayer with me and accept Jesus as your Lord and personal Savior to help you to parent indeed, not with your wisdom, not with your 5 cents, but with the 6 cents, please join me and say this prayer with me. Say, Lord Jesus, I confess my sin to you today, and I accept you today as my Lord and personal Savior. Come into my heart, come into my soul, purify me, create in me a new heart. Help me on this journey. Help me as I go on this parenting journey. Give me strength, give me wisdom. and give me understanding. Write my name in the book of life and help me. In Jesus' name I've prayed. Amen. I want to say congratulations to you. If you have just sent this prayer with me, please look for a Bible believing church close to you and attend so that you can grow more in the Word of God and you can be successful. Please don't forget to join me again next week as we come up with another interesting and exciting topic. God bless you. I love you all.